Hello and welcome to Taurean Tarot. In this series, I'm going to be taking aspects from my journal for my Healing with Tarot series and making visual representations from the lessons I learned from both the exercises we are doing over there and thoughts I write in my journal about them. If you haven't checked that series out yet, I am working through a book called Tarot Healer by Leeza Robertson, where she teaches about the chakras and ways to use tarot to connect with them and help heal them. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, I will link it in the cards. Please go check that out after this video. In this video, I created 3 different cover pages from my visual journal and recorded them to show you my process. I like all different medias of art and like to take time to explore them, and I wasn't sure what I wanted the cover to look like right away, so I took my time and made a few. The first cover that you're seeing on the screen now is some digital art that I made. I didn't screen record myself making it, unfortunately, so I'm sorry for that, but it's pretty simple. The background is a photo I fell in love with a while back from an account I follow on Twitter called Moon Lover. It's linked in the description below if you want to check them out. They have some really cool pictures of the moon on there. I always love scrolling through them and seeing all the creative ways that people capture the moon. And then I just added some of my own elements to it. I added the stars. You'll see the Taurus constellation on there. And then I superimposed my logo onto the moon and added a title for the journal. And while I really liked the design, I decided I wanted to explore a little bit more and move to a more traditional media. So what I'm doing for this cover, I wanted to do more of a mixed media type of style for this one. So I printed out an enlarged version of the thumbnail I have for my Healing with Tarot series. And then I also printed out the logo I have for my channel, cut them both out and pasted them at the top of the page. So that's what you see there. And what I'm doing now is just doing an outline around a sticker that I got in one of my tarot subscription boxes. I've had it for a while. I love the sticker, never really knew what to do with it. So I thought this would be a good use for it. It's calling in that crown chakra energy. It's tying in all the purple and pinks that I have at the top of the page. So I thought that was a good addition. What I'm doing here is just adding to the title visual journal. I wrote it in cursive, and what I'm actually doing right now is outlining that cursive so that it's more bubbly. So what you do is you just write your word in cursive, outline it, and then you erase your original markings so you're just left with that bubbly font. So before I erase the original pencil markings, I'm actually going over it with my black Micron outliner pen. So I'll just go over that and then go through and erase, which you'll see me do here in a second. And while I'm doing this, I'm also figuring out what other elements I want to add to the page, if there's any other colors I want to incorporate. So after I'm done erasing here, you're going to see me start adding some branches branching out from our meditating girl up at the top to symbolize roots, but I also added some leaves to it just to give it a little something so it wasn't just random lines coming out from the bottom. And I thought it was cute. I'm just going to add a couple more here and just finalizing what colors I want to add. I'm only adding 2 more colors. There's already so much going on this page. I wanted to try to keep it a little bit more simple. I'm just about to start adding the green to the visual journal part for 2 main reasons, really. I'm a Taurus. We're known for our green, earthy colors. So I wanted to incorporate it for that. But also, if you watch my chakra assessment spread video that I have in the Healing with Tarot series, I talk a lot about how I need work on my heart chakra, and green is associated with that. So I wanted to make sure I had that represented and really calling in the energy from my heart chakra. So that's what you have. I call it the doodle page because it is just a couple of doodles added to the printed material that I had on there. And again, I like it. I think it's cute, but it's still not capturing what I really want for this journal and what I see for the journal and the energy that I want this journal to have. So I gave it one more try and I ended up really liking what I came up with. So we're going to see that next. For this cover page, I stuck with the multimedia idea. We have our meditating girl in the middle. So I printed that out. I put her in the middle to bring that grounding, centering energy that I really want this journal to have. And then around that, I actually printed out a picture of, I think she's called a meditating girl. She's done by an artist who's actually on YouTube as well. I'll link her channel down below. She goes by Willowing Arts. I highly recommend checking out her channel. I absolutely love her work. I've been following her for years. I actually had this picture hanging up in my cubicle, which brought about this entire idea because I came up with it while I was at work. So I printed out an extra copy, cut it up, and glued the pieces surrounding our meditating girl. And now I'm just using my alcohol markers to color in the wedges in between with the different colors of the chakras. You'll notice I had to double up some of the colors just because of how many spaces were in between. There's no rhyme or reason as to which colors I decided to double up on. Just so happens that a couple of them I have to do extra work in, so I think that carries over into what this journal is for. I think that's why I ended up liking this one so much, because it really does signify the work that I'm doing in my Healing with Tarot series. So there I'm just trying to make a little bit more of an indigo color, so I combined a few of the colors. It's another reason why I like the alcohol marker so much, because you can do that and create the color that you're looking for. So here I'm just finishing up the wedges with a purple for the crown chakra. And then that's going to finish up the 7 colors used to represent the 7 main chakras that we're working with in that Healing with Tarot series. And there you can just get an overall look at what it looks like all colored in. That card that I just pulled out actually came from the tarot deck that I'm working with in my Tarot Healer series. And it just lists the chakras, some mantras, and a little bit of information with them. And I thought it'd be a good idea to add the mantras to the cover. So I just wrote in the mantra for the chakra in the color that that chakra represents. And that's what I'm showing you here. You couldn't really see the one for the third eye chakra because it's such a dark color. So I got a metallic gold marker and just went over that. Once I did that, I really liked the color and wanted to incorporate it more. So I'm using that marker. It's just a cheap marker from Office Max, but I absolutely love it. I'm using that to fill in that other white space in between. I'm actually really glad I did that too, because I really liked the end result. I'm not a fan of blank space or white space, so I do whatever I can to fill it in. Sometimes this doesn't work out so well, but I think in this instance it really did. And here I'm just finishing coloring the last couple of white spots. Then I'm going to go through and smooth it out. I haven't really worked with this marker before, so I wasn't sure how it was going to react. I'm also using a different type of paper that I've never used before. It's just a heavier cardstock to really help soak up the ink from those markers. And it was just a cheap pack that I got on Amazon. And it really isn't that bad. I was surprised. And here's a closer look at the end result of the page that I've decided to use for my cover. Again, I'm very happy with it. I feel like it has all the energy that I wanted it to have, and it truly represents what I'm going to be using this journal for. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching my process and picked up some ideas for your visual journal along the way. If you are following my Healing with Tarot series, I hope this inspired you to create one as well. I think this is going to add yet another layer to the work we are doing when it comes to healing our chakras. If you do decide to create one or already have a visual journal, I'd love to see them. Feel free to tag me on Twitter and share your pictures. I'm trying to get better about posting on there at least once a day, and I always send out a tweet when my videos go live. So give me a follow, because we all know the notifications on YouTube aren't always the most dependable. But before you do that, please take a moment to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm just starting out. Both of my series are super new, so there's going to be plenty of content that's coming out. Plus I have plenty more ideas on what I'd like to do. This is just an easy way for you to support me and to make sure you get to see that content. Also, let me know your thoughts on the covers in the comments below. Which one did you like best? What would have been your choice for a cover? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. In the next one, I am going to be doing my first entry in my visual journal, and that is going to be for the second video I did in my Healing with Tarot series. I did a 7-card pull that gave me an overview of what my chakra pillar looks like. I'll link that in the cards so you can check that out before I do the visual representation of that. I'm looking forward to making that page, and I hope you're looking forward to watching me create it. But until then, take care and be well.